Good morning, Billy Goat Tales community. Welcome to the show. I want to do something a little bit different today. So please, if you come in and watch this video, if you're watching it later, please do this for me. We're actually going to be putting all of these responses into a list so that we talk about them on our YouTube show that is live on Sunday at 5 p.m. So your responses here, I want you in your comments to give me some responses to this. Please take the time to do it. I know everybody's busy, and we don't care when you do it. If you watch this video a year afterwards, we're still going to tally these responses throughout the course of Billy Goat Tales and talk about them. So one way to get on the show, that's a good way to get on the show and talk about you. But it would do us great respect if you could do this. So what am I talking about? I want you to tell me a story, and I'm going to tell you one where you did something nice for somebody just as part of your DNA. You didn't even feel like it was like doing a special deed or going out of your way. It just happened. It just happened by default. So example, when I got out of the Army, I went to college and I was working at the VA work study program. It was OBES, which is the Ohio Bureau of Employment Services. So I was going to college full time and also working the work study program full time to make money while I was going to college. And in our town, and this was at the University of Toledo, at our town, near us was a Nichols bread company, and what they did is they're just like Wonder Bread or any of these other brands of bread. They made bread, and they had a little outlet store, and on my way to work I'd always have to drive by that place. And one day I was going to work after class, and there was a sign that said 10-cent loaves of bread, 10-cent loaves of bread. And even for the 80s, guys, 10-cent bread was not around. Like bread was at least $1. Maybe you could get it for 79 cents or something, but it was around $1, 70 cents to $1. And so I whipped in there. And you got to understand, I was a college kid. I didn't have a lot of disposable income, but I looked at that and I said, wow, I could get 10 loaves of bread for $1. So I reached in my pocket. I had $1.50, and I bought 15 loaves of bread. Threw them in the car, went to work, went in there, and of course, I'm the young guy there. These are full-time employees that work at OBES. This is their full-time job. I'm just there as a work-study student, right? Help them out. So I bring in these 10 loaves of bread. I laid 5 loaves in the car. I bring in these 10 loaves of bread and take them to the break room. I lay them on the table, and I wrote up a little sign that says, free, take one, free, take one. And within a couple of hours, people made their way in and out of there, the break room, and they start chattering about it. And they're like, Rich, somebody brought in a loaf of bread. Did you get one? And I said, yeah, I got one. And throughout the day, every loaf disappeared. And it made me feel so good. Like literally feeding people. And why did I do it? I certainly didn't do it for recognition, because I never even told them it was me. There was one person that saw me come in and drop them. They knew, and I said hi to them, and I said, hey, don't say anything to anybody. I'm just going to drop these in the break room. And she She said, okay, no problem. So my point about that was try it. Try it. And if you have tried that, giving with expecting nothing in return, and maybe even anonymously, try that. And if you have, and I'm sure you have, people in our community, put it in the comments. Tell me the story. I want to hear it. I want to hear the story and how it made you feel and what kind of impact it had on you, because that is what Giver's Gain is all about. And the more you make somebody smile, the more you can help somebody. And again, don't break your own bank. You got to put your oxygen mask on first, always. But if you can help other people, do it. And let your actions line up with your words. There's a lot of influencers that are out and about, not even in crypto, so to speak, that will tell you to do the right thing when nobody's looking, but they themselves don't. So you got to be cautious about that. And with that said, everybody makes mistakes and everybody has skeletons in their closet. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect and I've got all the answers, because I don't. But relative to giving with expecting nothing in return when you do it, tell me your story. I'd love to hear about it. So a little different motivational mindset today, because I want to make this about the community and I want to make this about your stories. And please tell us in there your story right here in the comments. And I'm looking for how it made you feel and if it motivated you, and if you're going to continue to do that and why you're going to continue to do that. And let's get into it. I'd love to hear those stories. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, we have a Twitter X Space every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. See you then.
You can be tough, you can be hard. If you are not a giver, here's my card. There is only one way to win, one way to be well, through loving and giving. There is nothing else.